Saturday night footy, Pitnet in the ruck against Stanley. Good bounce to start it. Dangerfield in the middle, Curnow. A Geelong boy back home, rolls it off the deck.
No, 15, play
Walsh,
on,
the magnet, got a touch early as he so often does. Selwood and Cripps, the two bulls collided. Pitnet to Murphy, spears it lace out to Eddie.
Break his rib cage, he just waited and let him run onto it.
One of the star goal kickers of the competition for his entire career.
And it's straight out of the middle of the ground, and you can just see the seas open up here. They get forward of the ball. The Cats have lost their sweeper, and Eddie just charged up. Came off a Reece Stanley win in the hit.
Play on, umpires put the whistle away. Abler kicks it off the deck, gets it inside 50, Selwood. High tackle on Curnow.
And you can't get hurt when you've got possession of the footy.
Yours.
Mackay, can he get up there? He did, but he got hands to it but couldn't pull it down. Eddie had it if he could take it on the run, but he left it behind.
Big banana.
He's holding it that way. Gets some bend on it and way too much bend on that. Hawkins doing the ruck work in the back pocket. Pitnet with him. It was good last week. Down to Jack Stephen. Handball not so good. Turned it over. Cunningham. Gibbons. Murphy. Kickable. Needs to strike it well. Struck it beautifully. 2-0 start.
And this one from a forward stoppage, which Chris Scott would not be overly thrilled about. They had it and they just coughed it up. Bit of first game nerves for Jack Stephen. And then it was really, you can't defend that sort of mistake. It just came off the inside of the fist, and the Blues just handball backwards, got the chain going. Mark Murphy on the end of it. Really, they won the tap. They hit it straight to Stephen, so it was a hit out the disadvantage it should have been, but the turnover backwards, and ultimately you're giving up territory.
Casbolt against Radagalier. Betts on the run with the half volley and the wobbly mongrel torp that might roll the way home. Didn't quite get there. 6 seasons at the Adelaide Crows and now back to his old club, the Blues. Hard tackle laid by Selwood. Around the neck in the end.
They've got to be clever here because they have got Harry sitting back as an extra. So the long bomb probably favours Harry.
Gibbons danced around him on his left. Didn't get enough on it. Goal square. No free McGovern. Duncan cut it off. Outstanding smother by Eddie. He's doing it all at the moment. Great bodies. Wiedering in some space. Casbolt got there. Good hands.
Big fan
make it 3-0. It's kicked 135 goals, 99. So that figure has improved. You're right, Gerard, over the last couple of years. Struck this okay. Struck that as good as you can strike it. 3-0.
They've kicked the first 3 goals of the game, and the game's flowing their way. The issue now is how long can they maintain this intensity for?
Well, I think what you're seeing is effort, but you're also seeing method. You know, they are winning clearances. They're resetting their forward line, as David has said, and they're taking their opportunities and just getting back to the kicking improvement of the Bolt. You know, he was given up on as a player. He was on the market, and probably, I think it was an opportunity for clubs to get themselves a really strong power forward, but there wasn't a...
The fleck to Curnow, got it on the boot quick, and Gibbons pocket, and kickable for him here. There's no breeze tonight, good conditions. He's an experienced campaigner, if only young in games of AFL footy, and that never looked like this. But he dropped it there, got away with it. Atkins caught but dropped it, got away with it.
Clever.
Little chip kick to Dangerfield.
Patrick Dangerfield to snag one from 45 to 50.
And boy, do they need it. It's long, but is it long enough? It's offline anyway.
Part of his game that just hasn't, where they weren't able to affect the intercept mark, but it's friendly fire. He runs into a serve.
Foley wasn't quite there, but he kept it in front, Eddie. Kept it rolling and still attacks it. No free. Narkle, Selwood, Narkle. Back to Dangerfield. Drop step was good, handball was terrible, and McGovern might make him pay. He does. 4-0.
How's the difference in pressure?
Unbelievable.
This is amazing. We've seen a number of teams over the last couple of weeks get belted one week or play ordinary one week and then have a complete attitude.
Them up for their first win of the year.
Look at the fumbles and how quickly they have to try and get rid of the ball because they're getting closed down. And most importantly, capitalising. Eddie Betts' attack on the footy was brilliant. He was 1 against 3 or 4. Kept it alive for the Blues. And then it was just the pressure.
From just outside 50, the kick comes. He cranks up and launches. Pitternet on the goal line. Double fisted down dangerously, almost. And we've seen a few teams do that recently.
The post.
Wait on the line with a man ready for that punch down. And Selwood's dubbed off the ball. Free kick Geelong. Just what the Blues did not need.
It's a gift.
That's a monster giveaway, given what's happened so far tonight. Cats get their first of the night.
That he's gone too far. You get to see it here. Just middle of screen, he's coming across. Seen worse.
Well, there's a bit of there was definitely some mayo. But really good block by his teammate Casbolt.
High leap from Stewart, but he let it get over the back. Nunes attacks. Silvani bends it back. Myers, goal square. Williamson, he might get one back. Gave it to Betts. Got it. He gave one up at the one end, but he got them one back at the other one. Williamson.
Geelong their first goal at the other end, but it's the effort that come in here. Look at the attack of the Blues. Absolutely brilliant to get to the ball first, to keep it alive. And then Brian Myers is a little panicky under the ball.
He didn't have to take it on his chest or in his hands.
Unfamiliar position to him, Jared, when you're in the defensive goal square. Did well to get the arm free, Williamson, to get the hand pass out.
Stanley, straight down the spine. Plowman, Radicalier, Hawkins at the back, stayed down, gave it to Guthrie. Needs a good roll here, a tumble, a roll, a trickle, a goal.
Oh, but they'll be disappointed. They'll be disappointed because they had numbers around the ball there, the Blues, and he's just cut a swathe through them, just waltzed through the middle, got the hand pass and finished off beautifully. Again, funnily enough, it was Pitnet, the deepest player, that had to try and chase Guthrie, and he was never going to catch it.
Great hands from Tom Hawkins. It was clean. It was really just superb ball movement. Quickly there onto the left hand, didn't try the inside-out handball. And there was that dribble kick. We'll see if it...
Couldn't collect the ball off the deck, but at least he was there for the contest. Ablett superb. Henry can kick a ball. Goes to the goal square for the pass, and it works. Duncan.
Such a good kick, wasn't it?
One of their main men. Until then. Wow.
All clear.
You said he had a better angle than he probably should have. Simpson got in front of Stanley and gave the free kick away.
Can't impede him. You can't impede him.
It's been an up and down career at the Cats for Reece Stanley. Left out of Geelong's first final last year. He's got onto that though. That's a monster.
Points won't. You can't run in front of a ruckman like that. I mean, it's a brain fade from one of the great players of the Blues.
He's not close enough to Ablett there, is he? He had to go around. If he was right next to Ablett, I'd say that's fine.
But the wing can do that if the ball's on the other side of the ground for the majority of time.
Curnow allowed to play onto advantage here. Out wide to Casbolt. Got there. Confident preparation. Little wipe of the hands on the shorts. Deliberate run in. Casually sinks the slipper into it. It's across the face. Petrevski-Seaton. Setterfield. Cripps. Walsh. Has McGovern out wide. Needs to be a good kick. Great hands. Big kick for momentum as well. Outstanding. Equal to the pressure. And they get a nerve settler.
And he's had a fair bit of exposure this week, so he'd be really keen to make a mark. But if he holds these marks, and these are tough marks, but he gets his hands on a lot of marks.
Yep.
And they fall out. But when he's at his best, he's clunking those, and that was under enormous pressure. As you said, Jason, he's a beautiful skill.
Weight through the kick, yeah, you got to like that.
But you've got to get the ball in your hands. And, you know, that was only a 50-50. That was a great contested.
Straight down the spine. No one manning up on Pitternet. Hands it to Martin. Lace out the Mackay.
I don't care what you say. You've got to get the right people kicking the ball in.
And he put a bow on that. Can Mackay finish the deal? Looks pretty good. Goal umpire did not move. 2 in a row to the Blues.
At the kick, you couldn't have put it in a better spot. Absolutely brilliant. Jack Martin, beautiful use of the footy. You can see why they were so keen to get him.
Well, centre clearances are really important if you can turn them into goals. I know King will be able to give us the scores from centre clearances when we get back down to him, but at the moment...
Yours. Pulls the kick, top of the square, Mackay. Couldn't mark it. Got a free. Over to you, Harry Mackay. What do you got? He hasn't got the goods there. Free caught, gave it to Duncan. Loops it wide. Dangerfield and Selwood both there. Danger hands to Joel. Wobbles one. 3 Blues fly, no one down. Rowan was down, but he overcooked the bend on the kick. Cats on the run here if they want to be. Straight down the spine. Duncan, Jones, Rowan floats front of the pack.
Well, he's had a good little 5 minutes here, Gary.
25-goal season last year and never in doubt.
So this is a brave effort, because here's what I thought was a free kick. I mean, that's just a push out. Shouldn't have been, but brave effort here and counter attack. And didn't lose his head. He could see it needed to open up. He waited and waited, and he kept on running. Narkle presented, and finally they find a target. Good mark.
Stephen toes it off the carpet. Radaglia tried to turn Jones, couldn't quite get away from him. Walsh left it behind, tried to mop his own mess up. Cats have players on the run here. Myers, Rowan was a chance. Narkle gets it, gave it to Selwood, hit the belly of the ball and pulled it too far. Mackay stays down, lets McGovern go for it. McGovern looks up, popped the pass. Casbolt lace out with a bow on that.
And he didn't make the contest, and the coach will want to know why.
Hold there, Mark.
Been kicking well, and the Blues have all the answers so far.
There's been 2 or 3 players that are sharing the load, but here's a terrific mark from McGovern. And we know Casbolt's always been a great mark, but he's added good goal kicking and good field kicking to his game. So they've got Mackay as well, who can also present. But right now, McGovern is making a mark.
Back to Pitternet and Stanley. Another good bounce. Stanley with the reach. Down to Dangerfield, superb. And he's off and running. Spears the pass. Radaglia couldn't get 2 hands to it. Ball rolled to the back. Rolled past 3 of them. And Plowman content to roll it all. Betts waited for the crumb. And he got it. Tried to mesmerise them. He got it to Cripps. And this is a huge kick for the Blues and for Cripps.
Mark, I've got it. Take Cuddy.
Guys, leave him.
Cuddy.
50.
Cuddy.
Yeah, it is 50. It is.
Patrick. Been paid, get out. Been paid.
And I like this. Look, a couple of Carlton players came in and got in his face, but they didn't start to push and shove or do anything that might reverse the free kick.
Normally about a 5-step run up and then a little couple of stutter steps. In he comes. And he drives it home. 29 points the margin.
Tested mark.
Yeah, he had 2 hands in the back, though.
You're allowed to touch the back. All he did was hold him there. He didn't actually push him out.
Well, the coach doesn't like it.
I think that's a clear mark, personally. And I think this is a clever kick. He sees him late, Eddie Betts. He's just about to throw it on the boot, then he sees him. And that's not much in that for a 50-yard.
Siren about to sound on it. Carlton will be pretty damn happy with his half-time score. Cats at GMHBA Stadium on the ropes a little. And you can feel it here.
Yep.
Let it go. Stay out of it. Save your money. Stay out,
Save your money.
Stay out of it. Thanks, Zach. Hurry. Stay out of it. Let go now. Walk away. Thanks, Dad. Let him go.
Might be money well spent if you're the Blues.
Stay out. Go. Let him go, Jack.
They haven't taken a backward step this entire game, Carlton.